There was once a man named Ethan. To the world he seemed to have everything: success, money, respect. But inside he was restless, easily angered, easily disturbed. The smallest thing could ruin his entire day. A rude comment, a bad driver, a thoughtless remark from a colleague, all could send him spiraling. He didn't realize that while he was chasing peace in the world, he was losing it within himself. One ordinary evening while driving home, a stranger cut him off in traffic. Ethan honked and shouted. The stranger yelled back. It was just a few seconds, but for the rest of the night, Ethan replayed that moment over and over. His heart was heavy. His mind was noisy. And when he got home, his wife asked, "Why are you upset?" He said, "People are just so stupid. I can't stand them." Just then, his grandfather, who lived with them, spoke softly from his chair. "Ethan, my boy, you let a stranger on the road steal your peace." Ethan frowned. "You don't understand, Grandpa. He disrespected me." The old man smiled gently and said, "Then you have a choice. Let him control your mood or control it yourself." The next morning, Ethan's grandfather took him to a quiet park by the river. He handed Ethan a glass jar filled with clear water and said, "This is your mind." Then he took a handful of dirt and dropped it into the jar. The clear water turned muddy. "Now," he said, "this is your mind every time you let anger or someone's words enter it." Ethan looked at the jar and said, "So how do I clean it?" His grandfather smiled. "Do nothing. Just let it sit." They waited. Slowly, the dirt began to settle at the bottom. The water cleared again. "That," the old man said, "is what happens when you stop reacting. Peace comes back on its own." Ethan stood in silence, watching the dirt settle. For the first time, he understood. His peace wasn't lost. It was just shaken. From that day forward, Ethan began to change. He practiced not reacting right away. When someone insulted him, he took a deep breath. When traffic was bad, he turned on music instead of his anger. When life tested him, he paused and observed. At first, it was hard. His mind screamed to respond, to defend, to fight. But the more he practiced, the stronger he became. He noticed something magical. When he stayed calm, situations resolved faster. When he didn't reply with anger, others softened. And when he stopped taking things personally, his life became lighter. People asked him, "Ethan, what changed?" He smiled and said, "Nothing outside me, just everything inside." Weeks later, fate decided to test him. While driving again, Ethan saw the same stranger who once shouted at him. The man was still aggressive, still impatient. Ethan felt the familiar fire rise inside him. But then he remembered the jar. He took a deep breath, smiled, and said quietly, "Not today." He let the man pass and kept driving peacefully. He didn't feel weak. He felt powerful, because he realized no one could control him anymore. That night, he told his grandfather what happened. The old man laughed softly. "Now you see, Ethan. Peace isn't something you find in the world. It's something you protect inside." As time passed, Ethan became known for his calm presence. In meetings, when others shouted, he listened. When people criticized him, he smiled. When things went wrong, he simply said, "Let's fix it," instead of blaming anyone. His peace was no longer fragile, it was his strength. He once told a friend, "I used to think reacting made me strong, but now I know real strength is when nothing disturbs your peace." The friend asked, "But what if people take advantage of your silence?" Ethan replied, "Silence doesn't mean weakness, it means control. I choose peace not because I can't fight, but because I no longer need to." Years later, after his grandfather passed away, Ethan visited that same river again. He brought the old jar, filled it with water, and watched the current flow. He whispered, "Thank you, Grandpa, for teaching me how to be still." The wind blew gently across the water, and for a moment, everything was silent, completely, beautifully silent. He realized something profound. You can't stop the world from throwing dirt into your jar, but you can choose not to shake it. Peace is not about avoiding chaos. It's about staying calm within it. In life, people will test you. They will say things, do things, and try to pull you into their storms. But remember this: you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to react to every noise around you. When you control your reaction, you control your peace. And when you master your peace, you master your life. So the next time someone tries to disturb you, smile, breathe, and remember the jar. Because peace is not found, it's created. And it begins the moment you stop reacting and start living in peace. The less you react, the more powerful you become.